Hi, welcome to Three Leaf Cottage. I'm Mikaela, and today I'm making gluten-free blueberry scones. So I walked into the kitchen and my brother Matthew was like, "Mikaela, I want scones!" And so, because I thought this was both funny and because scones sounded good, here I am making scones. So first off for this recipe, I need 1 3/4 cup of flour, but most gluten-free flour blends have cornstarch in them. And my brother Leaf is allergic to corn, so I make my own blend. Here I used 1 cup of brown rice flour, 1/3 cup of white rice flour, 1/3 cup of tapioca flour, and 1/3 cup of potato flour. Next we need 1 teaspoon of xanthan gum, and 1/4 cup of arrowroot. The recipe calls for cornstarch, but arrowroot can be used as a substitute. Next, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, two teaspoons of sugar, and the zest of a lemon. So I first started baking when we found out that my mom Lori, my brother Leaf, and I were all allergic to gluten. We tried all the pre-made gluten-free foods from the store, and as many of you know, they're not so good. So I desperately wanted some decent cookies, so I tried a few different gluten-free recipes and found out they didn't taste gluten-free, and that I actually had a bit of a knack for baking. And so after trying recipe after recipe and slowly growing my confidence in baking, I was deemed the family baker. So now when anyone wants baked goods, they all come to me, hence the "Mikaela, I want scones" from my brother. And I'm happy to do so. Caring for my family brings me joy. Okay, once the lemon is all zested, we whisk everything together. Next, we add 70 grams of cold chopped butter, and then I'm going to work it into the flour, pinching the butter and flour together, flattening them into small chunks until it's well combined. The butter needs to be cold during this process so that it doesn't melt while your hands are squishing it together with the flour. Next, add a cup of blueberries. Fresh blueberries work best for this recipe. And then we gently toss the ingredients together until the blueberries are all coated. Then next we add 3/4 cup of milk. I used coconut milk. One tablespoon of lemon juice, and finally 2 tablespoons of honey. Then I gently mix everything together so that I don't break any of the blueberries. Now I'm going to transfer the dough onto plastic wrap and then place it into the freezer for about 10 minutes. The dough is very wet and sticky, so this step helps to make the dough a bit easier to handle. Once the dough has chilled, I flour my worktop and unwrap the dough and sprinkle more flour on top. I gently press the dough out to be about 2 centimeters thick and then cut it into quarters. I then cut those quarters in half and then place them on the baking sheet, lined with baking paper. The dough is quite sticky, and so I continuously flour the knife during this. Next, we brush the tops with milk. This helps to give the scones a beautiful golden top. Once they've all been brushed with milk, I sprinkle a little bit of sugar on top for sweetness, and then they go into the preheated oven at 200 C or 400 F for about 20 minutes. And here they are coming out of the oven, looking beautifully golden brown and so delicious. These scones were so good, and they didn't last long before they were all eaten. They were soft on the inside, crunchy on the outside, and sweet from the blueberries. I encourage you all to try this recipe for yourself. I'll leave the link to the recipe in the description below. That's it for today. I hope this video brought you some joy. If it did, please like, comment, and subscribe. We love seeing all your comments. Thank you for visiting Three Leaf Cottage. I hope you have a lovely day.